All right, everybody, we've got a lot to discuss, so let's go ahead and just jump right into it. So, more details emerge in the rural Kentucky train derailment and the chemical spill that just happened, which fires were triggered by the crash, likely releasing sulfur dioxide, according to a CSX spokesperson. Now, I will be dropping a link down below in the description to Squirrel Tribe's exclusive video with shocking details and everything that she's uncovered, and you are not going to want to miss that one. So check the link down in the description. But quick summary here of what's been going on. A train derailment in a remote area of eastern Kentucky led to a chemical spill and prompted evacuation recommendations in the small town of Livingston. And before I go any further here, I'm summarizing what was made available. Squirrel Tribe specifically has her own information to share, and subsequently past experiences is covering the train derailment that happened in East Palestine, and some of the reaction that she got, and ultimately what ended up happening to her channel by discussing that. So she's going to be treading lightly and being very selective and cautious about what she shares, but I can promise you she's going to bring you all the tea, okay? So make sure you click the link down below to gain access to it directly. And with that being said, what I have here for you is a basic summary. So I feel safe about this one. But it says that Governor Andy Beshear declared a state of emergency in Rockcastle County, where at least 16 cars derailed around 2:30 p.m. on Wednesday. 2 cars carrying molten sulfur caught fire, and efforts to extinguish the fire continued into late Wednesday. The incident likely released sulfur dioxide, a gas that can cause respiratory problems, though the exact amount released remains to be measured. The state's Energy and Environmental Cabinet is yet to confirm the quantity of chemicals released, and 1 crew member sustained minor injuries, and residents were encouraged to evacuate to a local middle school serving as a shelter. The governor urged people to avoid the area to facilitate the response of state and local officials. And I got to tell you guys, this is terrible. This is awful. And I hate the fact that folks were displaced right before Thanksgiving and forced to evacuate or hold up in a middle school gym instead of being with their family and enjoying the day. Hopefully you guys did enjoy your Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving, depending on when I upload this and you guys are watching. And we also have news from Business Insider. Binance was slapped with a $4.3 billion fine because it let groups like Hamas and ISIS receive funds. And this is according to the Treasury Department and Janet Yellen. And essentially, I'm going to share with you just more ways that they can keep a stronghold on your money, decentralized or not, okay? So Binance, a leading cryptocurrency exchange, has agreed to pay $4.3 billion in fines and restitution after pleading guilty to money laundering violations. The settlement announced by federal authorities includes $1.81 billion to be paid within 15 months and $2.51 billion in forfeiture. Binance's founder, CZ, has also pleaded guilty, agreeing to a $50 million fine and resigning as CEO. The investigation by the Justice Department, the Treasury Department, and the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, CFTC, revealed that Binance and Zhao were involved in evading regulations requiring financial institutions to identify customers' true identities, avoid business with criminals, and register U.S.-based businesses with regulators, notably customers from sanctioned countries like Cuba, Iran, Syria. Access Binance platform. Binance failed to report suspicious transactions involving terrorist groups such as Hamas, Al-Qaeda, and ISIS. The company also conducted business with U.S.-based firms without the required separate platform, Binance.us. If you guys recall the whole FTX scandal, there was an FTX.us. They got to play the game. Now, Zhao's bail was set at $175 million. And despite stepping down as CEO, he remains a significant stakeholder in Binance. His sentencing is scheduled for February 23rd, 2024, with potential penalties, including prison time. Now, prosecutors seek a harsher penalty than the maximum 18-month sentence, but we'll see how that goes. And the regulatory scrutiny of Binance increased earlier this year with the CFTC filing a civil suit and the SEC charging the company and Zhao with mishandling customer funds and providing false information to regulators. The SEC is not part of the recent settlement, and this penalty is one of the largest ever imposed by the U.S. government on a financial firm. And the plea deal allows Binance to continue operating under government oversight. And odds are likely, just my thought, is we will begin to see a growing trend and pattern here of larger fines being imposed on financial firms, making this the baseline, and also seeing more intervention in and the government overseeing these operations like decentralized cryptocurrency exchanges and platforms as they continue to rein in their control and maintain their position, their power over our money. And potentially maybe have to do away with central bank digital currency because the competition has been eliminated through cryptocurrency, possibly. Next up on the list, we're not done yet. Not done with the money, folks. PNC Bank's first batch of branch closures in 2024 will include the Philadelphia area. And PNC Bank will start 2024 branch cuts in the first quarter, Q1, with 19 locations closing across 8 states, and the Philadelphia area isn't spared, okay? We talked about this, oh man, I don't know how many times we talked about this year, and it's still happening. It's still going on. More will come. This is only the beginning, folks. PNC Bank is set to close 19 branches nationwide in February, as announced by a PNC spokesperson. The closures include 4 branches in Illinois, 3 in Texas, 2 each in Alabama and New Jersey, and 1 each in Ohio, Florida, and Indiana. Additionally, 5 branches in Pennsylvania, including the Newcastle branch on North Mill Street, are among those closing, and PNC stated that in case of branch closures, they transition clients to new branches that are typically only 7 minutes or 3 miles away from the consolidated branch. Typically. As these branches continue to close and the numbers continue to rise, the distances will continue to get further and further apart. Now, on the topic of money, but future money, in essence, the Motley Fool has shared how Social Security benefit cuts could happen in 10 years, asking the question, should retirees claim benefits early? And quick summary here. The possibility of Social Security benefit cuts in 2034 is causing concern among retirees and near retirees, with many considering claiming benefits early. However, the fear that the Social Security program will run out of money is unfounded, as the majority of its revenue comes from payroll taxes and benefit taxes, which are not at risk currently. The projected deficit would lead to benefit cuts, but not bankruptcy, with an estimated 20% reduction in benefits if the trust fund becomes insolvent in 2034. Social Security benefits are calculated based on lifetime earnings and the age at which benefits are claimed. Claiming before the full retirement age, or the FRA, results in a lower payout, while delaying benefits until after FRA increases them. For example, someone born in 1960 or later could increase their benefits by 77% by waiting until age 70 rather than claiming at age 62. Most experts recommend against claiming benefits early, though, and they argue that future benefit cuts are uncertain and could be phased in gradually or take various forms, making it difficult to make an informed decision based on this factor alone. Additionally, historical precedents like the amendments of 1983 suggest that any benefit cuts will likely not affect current or soon-to-be beneficiaries. And the key takeaway here is that retirees should consider the known factors influencing Social Security benefits, such as the effect of claiming age on payout size rather than speculative future changes. And it's generally advised to involve a financial advisor, which I am not, in the decision-making process. While claiming Social Security at age 70 maximizes lifetime income for most people, it may not be the best choice for everyone, depending on individual circumstances. Now, this is where things get a little tricky, get a little hairy, because 62 to 70, we got an 8-year window, and also the changes or differences in people's financial circumstances, their health, a very variety of other factors, their living conditions, their cost of living, inflation, the economy, recession, the whole nine, okay? Additionally, we do have to have some sort of speculation on the future, because the last thing I would want to do is postpone and wait 8 years only to find out, hey, I was wrong and there are going to be cuts. And, the percentage increase that I was going to get by waiting until FRA is actually going to be reduced by the percentage of deficit that the trust fund has experienced. So that one, if you guys want to discuss further, then by all means, feel free, reach out, let me know. Now, we are back in Florida, folks, as far as this story is concerned, because this one here hits close to home for me. And it is that Citizens Insurance customers are urged to find new coverage. Florida's largest home insurance company, Citizens Insurance, is in the process of shedding policies, impacting many homeowners in Southwest Florida. Policyholders have received letters informing them that they need to find new coverage. Citizens Insurance plans to eliminate more than 200,000 policies, directing some policyholders to switch to other insurers, potentially at rates up to 20% higher. Policyholders who don't respond to the letters by the deadline may be automatically transferred to a private insurance company, which could result in significantly higher premiums. Now, Mary Lou Simon, a Citizens policyholder, expressed concern about the potential increase in rates, stating it might force her to leave Florida. Insurance agent Doug Nellens noted a growing concern among residents about the escalating cost of homeowners insurance in the state. Despite efforts to depopulate its policyholder base, Citizens Insurance policy count increased from 1.3 million to over 1.4 million, indicating the complexities in managing their policy numbers. And the company aims to become the insurer of last resort by reducing its policy count. However, this strategy leaves many, like Simon, a single mother, uncertain about their future insurance options. Those who are uncomfortable with their new quotes are advised to consult insurance experts to shop for alternative quotes. Now, I will say that the most important part here is understanding, listening, and realizing that if you do receive a letter from Citizens Insurance, it is going to be imperative that you act fast and move quickly and swiftly, as you do not want to potentially miss the deadline and ultimately be forced and put into a position and situation to change policies and have to pay 20% more, or even worse, have no insurance coverage, have a lapse in coverage, and potentially see a catastrophic loss where you will be on the hook for entirely yourself. So these are very, very important things that we need to be paying attention to, as well as more stories that I'm going to be bringing to you guys later on tomorrow. And again, make sure you click the link down below and check out Squirrel Tribe, because she's going to have all the latest on the train derailment and the CSX sulfur chemical spill and how it's going to have an impact and how it's harming people's respiratory systems and their breathing right now in Kentucky. Hey, if you guys appreciate videos like these, smack the like button, subscribe, do all the good stuff, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.